Hello, hello. Welcome to Akello Dayan TV.
Welcome.
Today, are you ready for marriage?
Or are you 80% off? How ready are you for marriage? Today we're going to talk about something very important. How to know you are ready for this thing called marriage.
Marriage. Alrighty. My first thing,
Yeah.
I'm known for this.
Oh my
Because I
goodness.
always say it. Heal,
She's a
heal.
oh
Heal,
here,
heal,
here, here.
Yeah, make sure you are healed. Make sure you're whole, so that you don't take any garbage, into a union. Yeah, it could affect the union itself. It could affect you. It could traumatize the both of you.
Yes.
If you have unresolved issues, or carrying forward, some heavy stuff. So, yeah, make sure that you do the work to heal off of any debris of, caused by, past relationships or past hurts, past pains.
Yeah.
And once you work on that, you're on your way.
You're on your way.
You're on your way.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So here, a second point, you know what, of how to know you're ready for marriage. Do it for the right reasons. Not because my biological clock is ticking, my peers are already getting married, my family is bringing me pressure. When I went to a country for Christmas, they're telling me, where's your spouse, where's your husband, where's your wife? No. How to know you're ready for marriage is when you're getting into it for the right reason, and the right reason is companionship. To add value to somebody else, the one you're getting married to, and also to allow them to love you. So check your motive. Why? Ask yourself, why do I want to get married? Why? If your motive is wrong, then everything is built on the wrong foundation. But if your motive is right, and don't just have the right motive. Also marry someone who's also marrying for the right motives, because you could be setting yourself up for some trouble, for some please. Motive
is very important.
Yes.
And the next one, are you ready for correction?
Ooh.
How do you handle correction?
Oh yeah.
Because in marriage, guess what? There will be a lot of that. There will be a lot of that. So how do you handle correction? Do you take it with grace? Do you take it as a means to improve yourself and, to understand the other, or do you get annoyed like, I'm not hearing nothing you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you teachable?
Yeah.
Because the thing about marriage is like the biggest mirror ever in the world. You will see it reflects back. You will see, you can pretend to every other person. You can pretend to your colleagues, to the neighbors, even to your kids. But then your spouse will see you for who you really are.
Yes.
And when your spouse sees wrong, your spouse is going to call you out. And when your spouse calls you out, will you be ready to accept correction? So, are you ready for correction? Or are you going to be a difficult person to correct? And also now tied to that, number four, are you ready to be accountable? Because marriage is not just about you. Every decision you make affects your partner, affects your spouse. Yeah. So are you ready to be accountable? Or are you going to be those kind of people who you're like, why should I tell my spouse where I'm at? Why should I tell my spouse what it is that I'm doing? Why should I tell my spouse what it is that I'm earning? Why should I tell my spouse, what my business? Guess what? Your business is your spouse's business in marriage. Are you ready to be accountable? Are you ready to stop thinking about me and start thinking about us? Like, oh my goodness, honey, this is what I want, this is what I'm doing. I will, because accountability is this. You willingly volunteer information without even being asked.
That's it.
You just willingly volunteer information. You know what, honey, I'm going to be late. I'm meeting up with Martin for a business meeting. Please just keep the food warm for me. I'm running a bit late. As opposed to, you don't say nothing. Yeah. You don't say nothing.
Someone is blowing up your phone. Like, where are you?
Where are you? She's panicking for no reason because she's thinking, has my husband got in an accident? What has happened? Where the kids are wondering, where is dad? But because you thought that you shouldn't tell anybody anything, and there you are. So are you ready to be accountable?
ready to be accountable.
Yes.
And on that note, also, are you ready to share your space?
Oh.
Are you, are you ready to share your heart?
Yes.
Are you ready to share your mind space? Are you ready to share your physical space? I know when you're single, you're independent. So
yes.
it's about being interdependent.
Oh my goodness.
And so you need me, I need you. We work together with this thing. So if you're still selfish and hanging on to your own space and things, maybe it needs to be.
You need to transition from singlehood into having someone. Some people are married, yet they're acting single. Your spouse wants to love you and to be there for you, but you're frustrating him or her. You're going through a problem you don't want to share. You're going through something you don't want to share. You're having experiences that you don't want to share. You're doing your school you don't want to share. You're just acting like a single person with a marriage certificate. Be interdependent. Just as my wife said, interdependence means I can do things on my own, but I'd rather do them with you. I can buy land on my own, but I'd rather buy land with you. I can raise a child on my own, but I'd rather raise a child with you. So, in Swahili, they say, ukipendwa, pendeka. So, when you are married, be lovable, be interdependent. Don't just be me. No. Me.
Yes. So these are how to know you're ready for marriage.
Yes. And then the next point is, have you dealt with your red flags? Have you dealt with your red flags? Because many times you look at red flags as the things, the qualms somebody else has. You could be the one who has
the red flags.
You could be the one who is, your tongue is toxic. You could be the one who you've got an uncontrollable temper. You could be the one who has a very, very nasty behavior that no one would want to get married to. So here you are, you're saying, oh, I want to get married, but the year 2022, and yet you've got red flags. So have you dealt with your red flags?
Have you dealt with your red flags?
Yes.
And can you spot green flags?
Oh. Did you just see what my wife has just done? She just flipped it. Oh my goodness.
You have to be able to, I think when you're seeing green flags, when you're seeing the best in someone, and because there's something about, originally we started saying heal. So there is something about when you're not healed or any of that, you're seeing everything from a toxic lens or from just a skewed lens. So all you're seeing is issues with people. There could be somebody really, really sweet, really, really nice, a really good match, but because you cannot see green flags, all you see is bad. Then, when you're in that mode, something's still amiss. There's something you still need to work on.
Oh yeah.
So when you're ready for marriage, you'll see those green flags. You'll see the best in people.
Oh yeah, and also the next point of how to know you're ready for marriage. Can you handle a conversation? Are you a good communicator? Hey, how are you gonna get married without knowing how to communicate? Do you know how to initiate conversations? Do you know how to be courteous? How to say thank you, please, I'm sorry?
Important.
Important words. Do you know how to engage in a conversation? Or are those kind of people like, I'm an introvert, I don't talk to anybody? Marriage requires conversations. Marriage requires you to check up on your partner. Marriage requires you to laugh, to have a good laugh, to have communication skills, to know like, oh, let me grab up my phone and just check up on my partner. Let me have a good laugh with my partner. Let me be cheeky, let me flirt, let me be all these things. Let's have a good conversation. So are you conversational? So check on that.
Yeah, and also I've forgotten.
Oh, do you think it is, now that you mentioned about that, do you think it is important for someone to like know themselves before getting married?
Yeah, absolutely. You have to know yourself well.
Yes.
You absolutely have to know yourself well.
So do you know what you're about? Do you know your values? Do you know your purpose? Do you know the thing that fires up your life? Do you know your dreams? Do you know yourself well? Or are you lost? If you're lost, how do you expect to find love?
Yes.
Find you first. Find you, love yourself, then that way you can teach your spouse how to love you. Because it's so easy to love someone who knows where they're going.
Oh, yeah.
You can support their dreams.
Yes.
You can cheer them on. They can correct you when you don't love them right. They can teach you how to love them right. As opposed to someone who is clueless about who they are. Clueless about who they are. And then also the beauty about knowing yourself, the beauty about sufficiently knowing yourself, because it's a constant journey. You keep on working at it. The beauty about knowing yourself sufficiently is that when you know yourself sufficiently, you will gain confidence, meaning you're going to have a healthy self-esteem. And when you have a healthy self-esteem, first of all, you will choose the right person for yourself. Second of all, you will be a very secure spouse, because you don't want to get married to someone and then you over there just stressing them out because we're insecurities. And then also, confidence is very attractive. Oh my goodness.
Very attractive.
Confidence is very attractive.
Yes. I have remembered what I was going to say. I'm so sorry about that, Blue. But yeah, I wanted to say, how to know you're ready for marriage. Do you have a positive view of marriages?
Oh my goodness.
For you people who are constantly saying marriage is a scam, like, oh no, why get married?
Yes.
And yet it's something you desire.
Yeah.
You cannot have what you don't value. You have to see value in marriage. You have to view it in a positive light.
Yes.
In order to have it.
Yeah.
If you think marriage is a scam, then you're gonna get scammed.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to attract what it is that you're speaking forth, So yeah, it's very important to have a healthy view of marriage. Watch other people who are happily married. Follow great pages like ours, Married and Saved. We are always, posting positive things about marriages. Watch YouTube, read marriage books. Get ready.
Yes.
Get ready for it.
Get ready for it. And you're living in such a wonderful time where there's
so much information
out there.
So
there are
much
books, seminars, videos, movies, awesome people to follow, counselors. They've got awesome groups,
pages. You're bombarded.
Yes.
Yeah, there is no room for ignorance.
No room for ignorance. No room for ignorance. You know what? Yes. And then also important for you to define what love is. Define what love is. Do you know what love is? If love was to come at you right about now, will you know this is love? Or have you been heartbroken so much? Have you been lied to so much? Are you hanging around such negative people that you have got no idea how love looks like? Yeah. Because how can you build a marriage yet you don't know what love looks like? Yeah. So know what love is and marry someone whose definition of what love is the same as you.
Same as yours.
So that when you tell each other I love you, you understand what you're talking about.
Page.
You're on the same page. You're in the same page. So these are just a few tips of how to know you're ready for marriage. Just a few tips. There's so many more, but just a few tips of how to know that you're ready for marriage. Because when you enter into an institution that's going to call you out when it comes to responsibility, when it comes to your effort, and you're not ready for it, then you'll be like, I shouldn't have gotten married in the first place. What am I doing here? When you're ready for it, you will enjoy it.
You want to lay a good foundation to build on.
Yes. So ask yourself, am I ready?
Am I ready?
Am I ready?
Am I ready?
And if you're not yet there, why don't you work your way there? Work your way to being ready.
No rush.
No rush. And get to choose right. Choose the right one who's also worked on him or herself. And you two are going to have a wonderful, wonderful marriage.
I agree.
What do you wish to do?
We wish you the best of love.
The best.
Always.
Always.